Okay, take two. I tried this before, I kept getting interrupted. So here we go. This is a quick video, relatively quick video, on how to create characters in the Transformers D6 system. This system is a homebrew system. It was created by the High King, also known as Daggerthorn. He has taken down his website on this system, so it's not meant as a copyright infringement. I don't think there is an official Transformers RPG right now. It utilizes the OpenD6 system. It's very similar to how you create characters using Star Wars 2nd Edition Revised and Expanded. He's added some stuff. One of the things he's added is human special abilities. When creating a human, you can create them with special abilities at the GM's discretion. And I wanted to go over for my players who are doing a quick game, go over the special abilities that they have access to. Otherwise, it's just like creating a regular human. One of my homebrew rules is I give new characters 10 dice worth of equipment, and that's equipment that can do 10d worth of help. So if you've got a computer that lets you add 5d to your roll for computer programming, then that's 5d out of your 10d of equipment. So anyway, and a gun that does 5d damage, that's another 5d, that's your whole 10d right there. My rule on this is you can give up 5 dice for one special ability and 10 dice for 2 special abilities. There's no real deal there, but if you want 2 special abilities and no equipment, you can start that way, and no money. So this is human special abilities, wrote this up. There's more special abilities than this. The Transformers can do all sorts of things like teleport and turn invisible and change into multiple forms, and it's really fun. But here we go. Acrobatic. You add your climb and jump to your dodge roll if you take this special ability. Aerial combat. You add half of your related dexterity skills to your aerial combat skills. So if you're in a plane and you want to shoot at somebody, you can add in your, say, firearm skill from dexterity. You can add in half of that rounded down. You can add in half your dodge to your aerial dodge when you're flying the plane, rounded down. Athlete. Athlete allows you to improve all of the strength skills by paying twice the character point cost of your highest strength skill. There's only 5 strength skills. That's why I talked to THK, the High King. I talked to him about this back when he was still online, and he did this because he thought, maybe people will focus on a strength-bound character because of this. Strength is usually not a major part of your build. It's definitely an important part of your build, but it's not usually the main focus. So the idea here is that if you've got, there's only 5 skills. It's brawling, lifting, swimming, climb, jump, and stamina. All of which are useful skills. There's nothing wrong with those skills, but people generally don't focus on them. They focus on their shooting or their lightsaber in Star Wars. Anyway, with Athlete, you pay double the cost of your highest skill, and you improve all of them by 1 pip. So if you have 6D in Brawling, you would pay 12D, and all of your skills under Strength would go up by 1 pip, by +1. Architect. With this special ability, you add your knowledge attribute to any repair rolls, including medical rolls. Ambidextrous is a human-only skill. Humans now have no penalty for using their offhand for something. Hacker. You add your knowledge skill to any electronic security roles or computer programming roles. Leadership. You add your knowledge skill to any command roles. Navigator. You add 4D to any navigation or astronavigation roles. If we're going into space, that could be very useful. Piloting. You add 3D to high-performance vehicles, airplanes, jets really, and space vehicles. You just straight up add 3D to your rolls when you're using those vehicles. Sniper. Add 3D to your firearms roll or related ranged combat roll, as long as you're within 500 meters of your target and they do not know that you are trying to shoot them. Underwater combat, you add 1/2 of your dex skills while piloting submersibles and subs. Okay? Cool. So, one of the things that makes Transformers different than humans, or aliens, are the fact that you integrate your weapon systems into the Transformer. So there are 3 basic classes of transformers. Class 1 transformers are speeder scale. Class 2 transformers are Walker scale from Star Wars, and Class 3 are Starfighter scale. If that helps, if you know the D6 system. So, anyway. There are 6 categories that you get here. This is a starting configuration. So for a class, there are what I call them Energon guns. THK abbreviated them to Integrated Weapons Energon Consuming, IWEC. Integrated Weapons Energon Consuming. I call them Energon guns. They're mostly guns. They can be electro swords or lightsabers or whatever you want to call them. Energy weapons. So then there's, I call them ammo guns. He called them integrated weapons, fuel consuming. Basically, these are things like missiles and railguns and machine guns, things that use bullets. PSW are physical state weapons. These are swords, knives, and they are the physical ones, not the energy ones. EP is your extended payload. This is how much you can carry. Tools are just that. They are tools. You get, in general, 3 tools for 1 point. There's a whole list of tools in his write-up of the core rule books. And then there's special abilities. So, a Class 1 gets 1 Energon gun, 2 points for ammo guns, 1 point for physical state weapons, 2 points of payload, 1 point of tools, and 1 special ability. Class 2 gets 2 Energon gun, 2 points for Energon guns, 2 points for ammo guns, 2 points for physical state weapons, 2 points of payload, 2 points worth of tools, and 1 special ability. Class 3, you're not going to believe this, is it's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 1. The thing to know about this is, at character creation, you can move all these points around. So as a Class 1, you could move. Now, you cannot improve payload. There's a special ability for that. And there's special rules for improving special abilities. But if you wanted to take these other points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and put them all into one category, like you wanted a great sword, you wanted a 5-point sword, you could do that. It would end up being 0, 0, 5, 2, 0, 1. Okay. I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying you can do it that way. Again, EP is how much you can carry. So if you wanted a hand blaster that wasn't integrated, if you wanted to carry a sword or a bomb or a knife or extra ammo, that would all come out of your EP. Your special abilities. Special abilities are, we just talked about them with humans. They're things above and beyond that you can do beyond normal character stuff. This is where you become a multi-changer, a micro-changer, or teleportation is one of the special abilities. So the big advantage to being a Class 1, okay, to take your other points from your integrated systems and put them into special abilities, it costs as many points as there are for your class. So for Class 1, it takes 1 point to add to your special ability. For Class 2, it takes 2 points to add to your special ability. For Class 3, where am I? For Class 3, this is excellent camera work, I'm doing it all myself. For Class 3, it takes 3 points to add 1 to your special ability. So if we were going to do Class 3, which I'm not looking at, if we were going to do Class 3, when we put everything into special abilities, it would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's 5 3s, that's 15 points, so that's an additional 5. And this becomes a 6. Okay? As you can tell, you've just gone from 15 plus 1, 16 to 6. Kind of a waste. This is a lot of damage you're giving up here. Class 2, same thing. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 6. But Class 1, if we do that out to max out your special ability, is it's 0, you take 1. So this becomes 0. You take 2, you're now at 3, 0. You take 1, you're now at 4, 0. You take 2, you're now at 6, 0. You take 1, you're now at 7, 0. That's a 0, not a 6. And you are left with 8 special abilities. You have no weapons, but you have 8 special abilities. It's sort of an advantage for the Class 1, because the Class 1 is the smallest and weakest of the Transformers. However, if you want to pop back over here, let's go with 2 right now. If you want to sacrifice your, if you want to take your energon-consuming, fuel-consuming, and physical state weapons, combine them all together into one great sword, or one great gun, you would end up with, let's go with a sword, because why not? You would go 0, 0, and that would give you 4, and then you would have a sword that's plus 6. You'd still have your EP, you'd still have your tools, and you'd still have your special ability. That's supposed to be a 1, not an I. I'm used to pens where you can't erase. Okay. Now, that's just an example. The rule for EP is you can take away from EP, but you can never have more than your starting amount of EP, unless you of payload, extended payload. You can't have more than that unless you use the special ability for it. So you can't have more than 2 payload on a Class 2. You can't have more than 2 payload on a Class 1. You can't have more than 3 payload on a Class 3. Okay? Unless you use the special ability. So yeah, you may want to hold on to that. It allows you, if you focus in on a sword like this, like one super physical state sword that adds 6 plus your strength for damage, that's a lot. You're going to want some payload so that you can carry a gun with you. It's not going to be a gun that you can improve with character points, but you can carry a gun with you. If you want to split this into 2 plus 3 weapons, because you have 6 here, it can be 2 plus 3 weapons. That makes sense? Even if it doesn't, that's how it works. Now, as a Class 3, you could take all of these, and instead of putting it here, you could put it into weapons. So you could have 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Now, going back to special abilities, if you decide to get rid of your special ability, it is worth 3 points to a Class 3 and 2 points to a Class 2. So if you make this 0, and you just want one cannon that just doesn't, you can't really do that. But if you want to put all your power into one energon gun, this would be 18, because this one here is worth 3 up here. This one down here is worth 3 up here. Okay? My general rule is you cannot make a gun, you cannot make a weapon that is more powerful. You cannot start with an integrated weapon that is more powerful than the weapons described in the core rulebook. So the most powerful gun in the core rulebook is arguably the fusion cannon at 60 plus 2. You could argue it is the pulse rifle, but the pulse rifle needs to fire 3 rounds. The big advantage to integrated weapons, which are the top 3 categories, IWEC, energon guns, ammo guns, IWFC, and physical state weapons. The big advantage here is you can improve these with no limit with character points. You can only improve them +1 at a time, 1 pip at a time, but you can improve them as much as you want. You could end up with a gun that does an additional 18 dice worth of damage. It's going to take you a while, and it's going to take you a lot of character points, but since it's part of you, you can improve it that way. Does that make sense? Why am I asking a video if it makes sense? You're not going to answer me. Maybe in the comments down below. So those are the big differences. There's some really cool abilities. I suggest you go. His website's down. I don't know where to download the PDF file anymore from the internet. I have it because I knew THK when he did this. Daggerthorn, whatever you want to call him. So, there you go. Enjoy it, use it. Hopefully this helps you guys with character creations. If somebody else sees this on the web, it's kind of boring. If you have questions, I'll see if I can email you a copy of the PDF. THK would be happy for you to have it. I don't think we're infringing on any copyrights here, because as far as I know, there isn't a Transformers role-playing game. If Hasbro was smart, they would buy this off THK and just print it. It's almost to the point where the PDF is ready to go. And D6 is an open system now. So, alright, this has been an impromptu video. Actually, it really hasn't. This is a pre-planned video. Y'all have fun.